What's up? I don't know.
Hello.
I did. What better way to start a video?
What is up, watchers? You gotta watch this.
Fellow Pluribi.
Follow.
Pluribus.
Fellow watchmen.
Pluribus episode 4.
Yes, it is. It is time to do
Just
our
watched it.
weekly review.
Though, Tenney, I feel like you want to rant about Apple TV just a little bit in the beginning, so I will let you do that. You got 30 seconds.
30 seconds? Okay, fine. This marks our first day
TV.
of actually having to pay for Apple TV since the free trial started. So
I've been paying it this whole time.
Okay, good. That's sick. Good for you. Oh, he's pissed. I saw the time. I saw the timer and I can't think.
You have to make a second account, right?
It's super expensive. Not super expensive. Not like a ridiculous, but like there's just not enough content on it. And it was like annoying. It was like rejecting my credit card, and then it took my credit card. But then Opera GX didn't work, so I had to fucking load it in Mozilla Firefox. It was this massive headache, and we're here with Pluribus episode 4. Welcome to the party.
36 seconds. Nice job.
Thanks, buddy.
But didn't you have to like make a second account or something?
No, I accidentally logged into my old one I had in high school from when I had an iPhone. I don't know how I did that because I thought I used the same email, but apparently I must have used my YouTube email versus like my like older one. I don't know.
But it also kept crashing.
Yes, I had to switch it from Opera GX to Mozilla. Every time I skipped their shitty advertisements, it like broke the player or whatever. It was just like an error has occurred, and then it like loads up the Mark Wahlberg ad in like fucking 8K. It looks better than real life, and then it gets to Pluribus. It's in 144p, and then it crashes after 10 seconds.
Yep.
Apple
All my
TV.
homies hate Apple TV, but this show is so good that we'll still pay for it.
Yeah, it legitimately is the only reason I have Apple TV. Like the only one.
All right, do you want to get into it?
It chapter 2.
Wrong show.
Sorry, there's wrong. Okay, so yeah, Pluribus episode 4.
Thankfully, not that show.
Yeah, true. It's titled episode 4. Is titled
Please, Carol.
Please, Carol. Which,
or is it Carol, please? I think it's Please.
It's Carol, please. Oh, wait, no, it is Please, Carol.
I think it's one of those.
It's one of the two. So this is very much kind of a mixture of character but also overarching narrative. Like the show starts off with like a rewind shot of the guy from Paraguay like in his like little bunker that we find out eating like dog food and doing like nasty shit to survive.
Creamer,
yeah,
like
he was
those
drinking
little
that.
like little cups for creamer that you get with your coffee, and he was eating like a sugar or like stevia or some shit. Even though they gave him like a full plate of like what looks like some like bomb food, some like amazing food, and he threw it away. This is our first time seeing him, so he's definitely like more down bad, like
he's like
shit. Like he's like Kim is like Carol is like working with like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but like this dude is straight up Walking Dead. Like this guy is like, this is the apocalypse. I'm not trusting any of these guys. Like he's going even further than she is. Like she's interacting with them. He's not interacting with them at all. He's like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah. Something I liked a lot in this episode is that you get to really see Carol's character and the writing work really well behind the scenes of like showing versus telling, because like the whole episode is essentially like Carol saying she's doing one thing with the pluribi, the aliens, the not aliens, the virus, whatever the hell, and essentially just like misleading them and like kind of like working behind their back to like basically have like a survival plan of like, this is what we know about the creatures, this is what they can do, this is what they can't do, and a bunch of other it felt like very almost like the second act of a horror movie in a good way, where she's like just like learning about the creatures and like how to fucking like not even fight against them, but just how to like counter them, just like what they can and can't do. It felt, this episode in particular felt, I said it during the episode when Josh and I were watching it, but it felt like a massive chess match between her and the pluribi. It was just like
I like how we'll keep calling them that, even though it's like not what they're called at all.
Yeah,
that's what we'll just keep calling them.
Or I mean, we could call it the Pluribussy, but I feel like that'd be a little bit unprofessional.
Yeah, we could call it. I feel like we're not the. I mean, we haven't really engaged with many other people yet, like who watch this show. So I don't know.
We're literally in our own bubble.
But I feel like it makes sense to call them the Pluribi.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I feel
what
like other people are probably calling them that too. Yeah, this episode, the ending especially, which we'll get to, is very horror movie.
Yes,
you said it was like Hereditary, which I showed Tenney for the first time last night, so it might be.
We saw Hereditary, or we did both see it, but I watched for the first time.
We both saw it.
Fucking really good.
It was my like fourth time, I think. Great movie.
Really.
But yeah, so we got the guy from Paraguay
is the
eating dog food.
Yeah.
So he's in full on like black and white.
He's slumming it. He's
Saul
fucking
episodes,
in a goddamn episode of like The Walking Dead.
He's Gene Takovic mode.
Yeah, even in The Walking Dead, they eat better than dog food like 90% of the time. So like
true.
This bro's just like fucking living his worst life.
Yeah. And then we get
yeah, what else?
What do we get? We get a great scene. Maybe one of my favorite scenes from the episode. Besides the ending, is what's his name, Larry, where Carol is basically using him to get people's opinions on her books, and I love where she's like, "So my books, how do you feel about them?" He's like, "Oh, amazing." He's like, "What about compared to Shakespeare?" He's like, "Yeah, just as good." She's like, "Are you sure?"
Just marvelous.
Like just as good as Shakespeare. He's like, "Yes." Yeah. Which I find hilarious. And then she asked them like what Helen thought of the books. And this part I loved because as an artist and a person who makes music, I experienced this too, where it's like you make people listen to your music, you're like, "What do you think?" And then you find out like, oh, they only listen to like one or two songs. Like, it was good. It's like, okay. Even though I just poured my heart and soul into this, and she finds out that Helen, her deceased wife or just girlfriend, we don't
partner, girlfriend.
They got married. Yeah, deceased partner.
Thought they were married. Maybe I don't know. Doesn't really matter.
She kinda was like lukewarm at best on her work, and
it felt very like detached.
Her new book. Yeah, her new book that she had not finished yet, but like hadn't published yet, but I think she finished. She only read like the first 3 pages or something.
Yes.
So it's interesting how Carol can get information about Helen, people she's known, out of the Pluribi people. Like she can be like, "What did she think of this?" Which is crazy. Like a whole psychological mess up, because you could be like, "What did you think of like that one time where like you know, you lied about me smelling fine and I really smelled awful," or like all this shit. But like she just found out that Helen like didn't really like her books, and she said something like she thought you like wrote your books for the audience well, or like some shit like that, where it's like you're trying not to say that you don't like it.
It's the AI's answer of basically being like, "You're shitty, but like we're gonna say it in the nicest way possible."
Exactly. Like Helen didn't like your books, but like you wrote the book that your audience wanted to hear, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It was really cool. Like I liked that part a lot. That was a great scene.
Yeah, it was a good scene. I also think that I've seen some complaints. I don't really know how to take stock with complaints, because people hated Breaking Bad and Saul when it was coming out too, to some degree, where they would just like kind of attack like little points of the show and basically be like, it's ruined.
A lot of people thought Saul was too slow when it came out.
Which is funny, because I feel like it's almost too fast at parts, in my opinion. For like, it's really good. It's like a masterpiece. But anyways, the thing I'm talking about in this episode is there's a scene in the pharmacy where Carol tries to get heroin from the Pluribi.
I love. Oh, it was so funny.
The reason why I was saying that people complain about it is not that scene in particular, but scenes in that essence where she's like asking for like a grenade or like a tank or like a police car or whatever. People are like starting to be like, "Oh, it's just like a genie." It's just like, I think it's kind of an unfair criticism to have like 4 episodes into like a 40-minute show. It's like, to me, it's like espionage. She's like learning the shit about what she can and can't do with them. And so she's like testing their boundaries.
She literally wrote it on the board of like,
yeah, exactly.
of like what I know about them. And the first one was like, "Will give me anything," and then like comma, they gave me a bomb ?
Yeah. So I think her character's written very like cynically like depressed, but I think she's actually like kind of like genuinely kind of a genius in terms of how she's thinking about like going head to head with these like creatures or whatever you want to call them, where she's just like she's playing the long con, and it's actually like really cool to see. And I wonder how it's gonna look like a season from now, like the shit that's gonna like make more sense now versus then. Or
the whole thing with that we haven't really talked about yet, but her asking for the heroin, which that was a hilarious scene of like, "You'll give me a grenade, but you won't give me some H," and the dude's like, "Okay." That was like Oxycontin. Ridiculous. She's like, "Not good enough." And then the dude's like, "The closest heroin is 8 miles," which is hilarious that there's just heroin that close. So then she just like door dashes heroin.
Yeah.
And then she's like, find out that she just needed it for the needles.
Yes.
And she gets rid of the heroin, and then she gets this drug. She was looking for this drug that we didn't really figure out what it was. I think she
snatched it during... Okay, so my thing was she snatched it during
before the heroin conversation.
Was it before that? Did I miss that
scene?
She
was there. That's what she was doing when the guy came up and was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's what I meant. Yeah. So I don't know what drug it is, but there's like types of like truth serum. Even though it's like ridiculous, just that you think of like a comic book like shit, or like like something like super fictional. But there are drugs like that are supposed to make you super like, I don't know the word.
It was something that got
fucking
her to,
very
like,
open and honest. Essentially, like the layman's term of an actual like truth serum. So she fucking takes that and she doses herself. It made her like trip out and.
Yeah.
And it basically was her having like I feel like that was like the most real her character's been the entire show. Like because she's actually like being honest and open about like what she's actually feeling, which is cool.
For sure.
Good to get that scene. And then she goes to the hospital and she's just like, "Hey, pirate lady, do you like drugs?" And she's like, "Hell yeah, brother." And then she doses her with fucking truth serum, and then it's like that. It almost felt like a fucking Hitchcock, that scene.
Yeah, interesting. I was gonna say that it reminded me of like some of the Mike stuff, even in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Season 3, episode 1, where he's trying to figure out if they're got like a bug on his car and stuff like that. Just like very. It's very Mike. I mean, Kim did some of that stuff in Better Call Saul too, and so did Jimmy. It was just like like just a really smart way of like, she has a plan and we don't know what it is yet, but we're watching her execute the plan, and we're gonna figure it out.
That's what I felt like the entire show. Yeah. And I literally said it during like the simple plan. God damn it. When she like inserts like the drugs into her arm, I was with Josh. I were like, "What the hell is she doing?" And I was like, "This is like a Vince Gilligan thing where like there's a character doing something completely nonsensical that makes just goddamn zero sense, and then 10 minutes later it'll be like the most like clear genius thing ever." And then there's like a moment when it was like cutting to the hospital. I was just like, "Oh fuck my fucking god, it's a truth serum." And then Josh is like, "That's a thing?" I was just like, yeah.
Like, even if it's not that, but it's like some sort of drug that makes her like
loopy enough to be like, "Hey brother, this
exactly is... like even like, I mean, she could have even just like given her like 5 of these.
And I think that the lack of communication that they actually at the beginning of the episode was like, I think one of the most important.
When you figure it out.
Yes, like when she's asking if the thing can be reversed to the pirate lady, I think that was like almost one of the better scenes in the show. Like, I mean, they're all really great, but like, because that to me was like a definitive answer of like the plot has to go in some sort of direction now. It's like they're committing to it, because like even though the character basically, we can't answer that, because if she would have told her the truth, she would have just, that was a no, it would have been just no, you can't reverse it. But because that you can reverse it, she's just like, I can't tell you that, because it's like survival of the fittest. Like, it's a fucking virus from what they said. They're not going to tell how to defeat it.
She knows that they can't lie to her.
Yes,
and so she knows if they can't reverse it, she would have just said no. But she didn't answer, so she knows that they like don't want to tell her. So she knows the answer is yes. You can reverse
not to
it.
like.
So she's trying to get the truth out by drugging her, basically. And she she tested the drug on camera to make and she like blacked out, woke up the next morning, and then realized like on the camera that she was like being as open as possible. So it's pretty simple once you watch it back, but when you're first seeing what's happening, you're like, what the fuck's going on? That's
not
like essentially all that. Like, not much happens in this episode.
It's very simple.
Though. I think it's nice and simple.
I agree. Not to be too much of a Vince Gilligan like glazer, but I feel like this episode is like, to me, how he does like writing really well, like in directing. Like it's like a very simple idea in episode, but like you figure out so much more with so much less, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. Like you literally like the episode is like what, 2 characters and then like some extras.
Minutes, I think.
Yeah, it's 45 minutes, 2 characters, and like a bunch of fucking extra. Well, 3 characters including Paraguay guy, and a bunch of fucking extras that are chanting at them. But like between these 3 characters, you find out the entire plot of like this shit can be reversed, and like we also know now more than ever that they're basically willing to do enough in their capabilities to like stop her from like stopping them. But like they also can't touch her, which is weird. Like what she was like, I back off, I have free will or whatever, I have free conviction or something. They basically just all fucked off. And then we get to like the cliffhanger of the episode, which I kind of expected they were gonna do, but it was like one of those things where I was like putting shit together, but I was just like, I don't even care that I understand where it's going. I'm just like really happy that I'm like figuring, like I'm not fucking dumb. Not that you're dumb if you didn't know, but I'm just saying, like, usually in Vince Gilligan shows, I feel like a fucking moron until, like, it's, like, pointed in black and white right in front of me. And I'm like, oh, right, Walter White's Heisenberg. And then they're like, Tenney, you knew that in the fucking first episode. It's like, what?
Yo, wait. Jimmy McGill is Saul Goodman?
God damn it, you spoiled the fucking show for me. Sorry, I did it for the bit.
He's pissed.
I am pissed.
Yeah, it's a good bit. So, but this last scene is incredible. The last, like, 5 minutes of this episode are awesome.
It was very Hereditary.
Yes, it was very horror movie, very suspenseful. It was so good. Like, they're all coming at her. This is probably the most horror it's been since the first episode.
I would even say kind of more so.
Yeah.
Probably the same.
About the same, yeah. So she's drugged Pirate Lady.
Yes.
She's asking her, and then all of a sudden they just start walking towards her, which is just so threatening. Like, even though we know they're not going to hurt her, it's still terrifying. Like, that's exactly the beauty of it. Like, we know she's in no danger, but we're still scared. Because they can get there so fast, and it's just crazy. And then she handcuffs her to Pirate Lady, so they can't, like, take her away.
Yeah.
And then they basically end on the cliffhanger of Pirate Lady is like having a heart attack.
Yeah, she's just like, what's happened? Or she's like, Carol, she's dying. She's going to cardiac arrest. And then she's just like, can we save her?
She's like, yes.
And then just like a bunch of people just like fucking go like up in their grill. One guy like gets bolt cutters for some reason. He has them on fucking standby. Just cuts her free. And then I think the last like line is like they literally are, like clear or like what fucking engaging like the paddles or whatever to like fucking resuscitate her. Mm-hmm. I feel like it'll be the case where she'll die. I think she will die. Is my guess. Because I feel like it's gonna be something
that makes sense.
Because I feel like it's gonna be Carol's gonna have like. It'll be the case of there's gonna be certain sacrifices that have to be made in order for her to like get her goal, which at the end of the day is like a selfless goal enough, like to just. Like save the planet. She's more selfless than any of the other people that are other than like the Paraguay dude. But even then, he's not really selfless. He's just kind of like fucking. I mean, to be fair, no. I guess we don't really know if he knows about other survivors. We just know that he's bunkered down.
We don't know a lot. Well, that is interesting to go back to the beginning, but he wrote something in his book that we were trying to figure out.
Yeah, it was either in Spanish or fucking. I forget the other language that they speak in Paraguay. I googled it before this.
I think it was definitely Spanish.
It's very similar,
Spanish for sure. But it's
like
what was it? Carol S. Turca or whatever.
Turca, I think. Yeah, Turca, I think. And then anytime I like try to translate that, it came out to like something Carol is Turkish or something. This is going off Google Translate
weird.
and a completely two like the fucking whitest American dudes of all time that are like trying to be like
as we're watching
Google.
the episode. So
yeah,
but
it's very.
I think
we don't know.
There could be like, three options. Either he knows that she is human but thinks that she's working with them, or is questioning that she's working with them, or two, he still thinks she's one of them, or three, like he's questioning, like he knows she's a human but is like questioning, like, is she on my side or is she not? It's one of those.
Yeah.
Which I know 1 and 3 were essentially the same, but
I find it really funny.
Is the important part.
This whole show is based off of, I think I might have mentioned this before, I can't remember. It's not like literally based off of this, but it's very similar to an earlier episode of Futurama where like Fry is like the fucking dumbest person in the universe, and it's like a brainwave or something that's different, or he lacks a brainwave, and like the entirety of humanity is like enslaved by these like fucking creatures, and he's like too stupid to be like enslaved by them. So it's very much a Pluribus situation. And I wonder if he got like some kind of inspiration from that. I don't know. Just shooting the shit.
I think since I talked about Invasion of the Body Snatchers in the first episode. I think I've read since then that was a big one for Vince, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I could see that. It's I haven't even seen that film, and I know like a lot of the themes just from like being in the fucking
great movie.
I don't know, talking about movies.
Same thing. Yeah, but it's like, again, it's like the whole thing is that they're nice.
Yeah, it's a weird twist,
so it just
but it's
like
cool.
gives you this weird like complicated emotions of like it's still Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but they turn into like a chill guy. Like
before this episode started,
is it like still survival? You know what I mean?
True. At the beginning, before we started the episode 4, I was saying to Josh off of camera, I was just like, the show is really good so far, but I don't really know if it has a point to it yet. And I feel like this episode kind of solidified more of like a map of where I think it's going to be going, which I think is good. It felt like a solid, like, Carol knows X information, she's got to figure out the rest of it, but she, like, her goal is to, like, reverse this shit now. And I feel like the show, in my opinion, is more, like, I don't want to say watchable, but I'm more excited about the next week's episode, because, like, for 4, I was, in, like, 3 and 4, I was just like, it's good, but, like, where is it going, you know? I think this is, like, where I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna, like, fucking hunker in now, I'm gonna get ready for Carol, or, you know, all these characters to do some
I think this
shit.
episode, like, all the other episodes, we're like, we don't even know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah, this felt like more of a show that's more structured. Not that the others aren't structured, but like this felt more like a. This one solidified the bones to the structure.
This episode had the most setup for the next episode. Like we kind of know what's gonna happen, or at least how the next episode's gonna start. Like we watched episode 1 and we're like, what is gonna happen next episode? And then episode 2 was like a completely different from what we thought. And then we're like, okay. And then the same thing, episode 3 is completely different. And then this is the first episode where I feel like we kind of know what to expect from next week in a good way.
Yeah, because when we went in, I literally didn't know much about it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which leads me to the next part. We can, like, how do you feel out of these 4 episodes? Like, where this one sits? Yeah, I'm also starting to get like the first 3 was easy for me to say like which one was my favorite and stuff. This was the first one where I'm like, okay, well now it's getting like hard to even pick.
I don't know. It could easily be the best, but it could also be the worst. And not in like a bad way, but I feel like this episode felt like it was doing its job of propelling the story along. So in a lot of ways, I think it's the best episode, but I also think that episodes 2 and 3 and 1, 2, and 3 had some better cinematography in them. Like the ones in this episode weren't like bad at all, but it didn't have like a ton of like crazy shots. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not that a show has to be like have crazy cinematography to be good or like the best, but I feel like this was the best, like, in terms of plot, but I feel like the other ones were better in terms of, like, very artsy cinematography, like, breakdowns of, like, the characters. I think this is more plot involved, which is not bad. I think I prefer it, honestly.
For me, I still think episode 3 is my favorite, and then I'd probably go this one, and then 2, and then 1.
Yeah, I think 1 might be my... I wonder what will happen if after we finish season 1. We should go back and watch the pilot and see if we can pick up on some shit, because I feel like it'll change our perspective of it more.
But what rating did I give the last episode? I gave it like an 8.8, right?
I think so. And I think I give mine a 9. I think.
I'm gonna give this one an 8.7.
Okay. I'm just gonna go for a solid 9. I think it was just as good as last week's episode. It's just good in a different way. It's like if you prefer
actually
more solidified story stuff.
I don't know, like in a weird way, this is my favorite one.
I agree. It's the best and the worst at the same time. And when I say worst, I don't mean like there's a bad episode. Like the show's fucking great. What I mean, it's like we're going off of 4 episodes here.
4 episodes. You got to pick at least favorite.
Yeah, this is it. I am both like electing this thing to the top of the hierarchy and also like fucking cutting it out of them. Like it's literally, I think it's the weakest cinematography wise, which isn't bad, but I think it's the strongest story wise. I think it has like the most like soul to it, weirdly, because like there's like a point to this episode. You're just like, Carol's just like, okay, so can I reverse this? And then she basically says yes, but she doesn't say yes because she can't say yes because that'll fucking kill them. And then she like manipulates them, and then like it actually like goes somewhere, and like stuff is happening. Not that stuff didn't happen in the other episodes, but like there's actually like substance to this, where it's just like this is gonna like lead to like plots like a week or 2 from now or whatever.
This had the most like suspenseful scene since the first one, arguably even more.
Yeah,
but the first one was just all set up of like, you know, we didn't know what was happening. And now it's like we actually have like some more like this one had a lot more drama in it.
It did, yeah.
Compared to, I mean, episode 2 did, but it was more like the drama was Carol yelling at them. Now it's like drama, as in like I guess,
it felt like this one was more like
consequences or suspense.
Yeah. It was like her more focused on like trying to solve stuff rather than her just like interacting with the creatures or whatever. Like, well, she does interact with them throughout the episode, sure, but it's not like just her trying to work with them. It's like her proactively going behind their back and like writing stuff down, recording videos, fucking taking secret notes. It feels a lot more like it's character setup and it's like story setup, and I think that's why it might be the best episode. But I also think in terms of like artsy stuff, I think it's probably one of the weaker ones in terms of that, because it's got like there's ridiculous shots like through 1 through 3, like they're just absurd fucking shots. Like 4, I unless I'm just brain farting right now, I can't picture a definitive scene where I was just like, that camera work was fucking crazy. Like
yeah, but I'd rather have like I mean, I love cinematography, but
I would rather have the story stuff. That's why I'm saying it's my favorite, I think, so far, because it's like actually like, okay, this shit can be reversed. We're not gonna definitively say how or why, but like you as a character know this now, and you have that information. It's very much like Walking Dead season 1 at the end, where they're just like, we're all infected bullshit. It's just like it's a major plot bomb. Oh yeah. For those that don't know that zombies are in The Walking Dead and that everyone becomes a zombie, there's somebody, Josh Central.
I was gonna say, kind of feels like season 1 of Breaking Bad, the episode that opens. I guess spoilers for Breaking Bad.
Yeah, what the hell, bro?
With the cold open opens with Walt, and he's bald, and it's the first time you see him bald, and you're like, what the fuck? After he blows up Tuco's house, and you're like, how does he get there? And then it goes to the beginning, and I forget what that episode's called. Vamp for a little bit. Why, I gotta look this up.
Breaking Bad is a really good show. You should watch it. Better Call Saul.
It's on the tip of my tongue what that episode's called.
Is it just called Tuco?
No, it's Crazy Handful of Nothing. Okay,
that's what's called. I forgot
that just came. Literally, like, that came to my head right before I scrolled down to it. Like I could have just waited like half a second more and then just seen it, or I could have just like remembered it a second sooner and like not had to look it up. But kind of like that might be more of a dramatic change, but it felt like that where like now like something's like we've done the setup. Like first season of Breaking Bad is like the first 5 episodes are like, here's the concept, and now you're gonna get some twists and turns.
Yes, exactly.
This felt like that of like, we have the concept, now things are gonna change. There's gonna be more drama into this story. The drama is not just the start anymore.
Correct. And I think that was where people online with like criticisms about it, to be pro criticism for a minute, in their defense, it's been the first 3 episodes have been very much like things are kind of just happening, but you don't know if it's like leading anywhere. It's just like this happens. This episode to me felt more like structured TV, where it's just like, okay, this is like the idea of what we're going for. This is like the goal. And like, is she gonna get there? Fucking find out next week on Yu-Gi-Oh! GX or whatever. It's just like, I don't know. I this might be my favorite episode because of that, honestly. But I also am torn because the other ones also are really good, but for different reasons. So I don't know. You know what? Ranking stuff is fucking dumb. I quit. This is bullshit.
Cool.
9 out of 10.
Yeah. All right.
Any last thoughts?
Good time to wrap up.
True.
I don't think so. I'm just excited for more. This is a really good show.
Oh yeah, brother. Don't buy Apple TV. Get free trial.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.